In this video, we're going to learn how to use the Walrus Operator in Python. So the Walrus Operator looks like this, with a colon followed by an equals. The official name of this operator is the assignment expression operator, but people typically call it the Walrus Operator because the colon and equals look like the eyes and tusks of a walrus. Now what this operator allows us to do is assign a value to a variable, like an assignment statement. But the value is going to be returned to the expression in which the Walrus operator is used. So if we use the regular assignment statement, like y is equal to 1, this will assign the value 1 to the variable y. And we could output that here with print y colon, and we'll output y. And if we save the program and give it a try here, we'll get that y is 1. But what we can't do with a regular assignment statement is use it as part of an expression. So for example, we couldn't have here plus, and then x is equal to 1. In some languages like C, this would be valid because the assignment statement here equals would result in x being set to 1 and the value 1 being the result of this part of the expression. And we would have 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. But if we save this program and give it a try, we'll get an error. It says invalid syntax, maybe you meant to use this. And this here is the Walrus operator. So let's try using the Walrus operator now. We'll have here x colon equals 1. Then we'll put x down here with print x colon, and we'll have x. Now the way the Walrus operator is going to work is that 1 is going to be assigned to x. Then we'll have 1 as the result of this part of the expression. And 1 plus 1 will give us 2 for y. Let's save this and try it out. We'll now get here that y is 2 and x is 1. So that is the Walrus operator. The Walrus operator was introduced in Python 3.8. That means we can't use it in earlier versions of Python. The Walrus operator actually has lower precedence than everything but a comma. What that means is we often have to use parentheses to make the operator work as desired or to make the expression work at all. So for example, if we took out these parentheses here, the addition operator has higher precedence than the Walrus operator. So Python syntax will not allow for this because it would be like trying to add 1 to this unevaluated expression here, which wouldn't make sense. So if we save the program and try it out now, we'll get here a syntax error where it says invalid syntax. So we do have to have those parentheses there around this part of the expression to make it work. Now we also have to use parentheses with the Walrus operator in this situation here where we just have z and we assign to z, let's say 5. Then here we could output z with z colon and we'll output z. If we save this and try it out, this will work. We'll get z is 5. But if we didn't have the parentheses here, we'll get a syntax error. If we save the program and give this a try, we'll get syntax error, invalid syntax. So we have to use parentheses in this scenario as well. By design, the Walrus operator was created such that there are no identical code contexts where we could use either an assignment statement or a Walrus operator. In other words, there is no situation in which we could use both in the same way. We always have to use one or the other. This can help to reduce the tricky to find bugs that can occur in languages that have an assignment operator that returns a value like the Walrus operator. So for example, in the C language, we could have if A is equal to true. And here we're testing using this equality operator here, if A is equal to the value true. But equals, like this, is assignment in C. So if the programmer accidentally had only one equals here, this would be an assignment statement. And in C, because an assignment statement will return the value that's assigned to the variable, we would have here that A is assigned the value true, but then this expression would evaluate to true. And so this if statement condition would always be true, leading to a bug in the program. So that's one reason why in Python we can't use the Walrus operator in the same places and in the same way as the assignment statement. The scope of the variable assigned to by the Walrus operator will be the same as if that variable had been assigned to using an assignment statement. Now, in terms of use cases for the Walrus operator can often make our code simpler than it could be otherwise. So for example, let's say we want to prompt the user to enter in numbers until they enter in the number -1, and we'll store those numbers into a list and then output that list. One way we could do that is to have a while loop with the condition true. So we'll have while true. Then we'll prompt the user to enter a number. We'll have input, and we'll pass this function, enter number, or -1 to quit. Then we'll use the int function to convert the string that's returned by the input function into an int value. Then we'll store that into a variable called number. Now, if number is equal to -1, then we're going to stop the loop by using break. So we'll have here, if number is equal to -1, then we're going to use break here to stop the loop. Otherwise, we'll take the number and we'll append it to a list called data. We'll have data.append the number, and we'll initialize data to the empty list with data is equal to the empty list. Then down here, we could print data with print data. So if we save this and give it a try, we can now enter in numbers like 4, 5, and 6. Then we'll enter in -1 to quit, and we'll get 4, 5, 6 in a list here. Now we could simplify this code by using the Walrus operator. What we could do is evaluate the condition of whether or not to stop in the same line that we also accept the input from the user. And we could actually do that as part of this condition here. So we'll have here while, and we'll have number, and we'll assign to number using the Walrus operator the result of this call to input and the call to int after. Then we'll check to see if the number doesn't equal -1. And if the number doesn't equal -1, then we're going to keep this loop going. And now all we have to do in the loop body is append the number to data. And that's it. So if we save the program and give this a try, we could enter in 4, 5, and 6 and -1, and we'll get the same result as before. But now we only have 2 lines of code here for this while loop. And the trick is that we're assigning to number here the result of this call to input and the call to int after. Then after this is done, we take that result and we check to make sure it doesn't equal -1. Because if it doesn't equal -1, we want to keep the loop going. And so we do. Now it's important that we don't forget the parentheses in this situation. So for example, if we didn't have the parentheses here around the usage of the Walrus operator, let's see what we get now. So we'll save this and give it a try. We'll enter in 4, 5, and 6, and then -1. Now we get a list with true, true, and true. So what's happening here is when we use the Walrus operator like this right-hand side here is evaluated first because the Walrus operator has the lowest precedence between it and this does not equals operator here. So what happens is we check to see if the input from the user doesn't equal -1. And if it doesn't equal -1, this is going to result in true, as it did for our first 3 inputs. Then we assign that to number, and then the condition is going to be true because the result of this Walrus operator is going to be true. But when the user enters in -1, then here this is going to result in false. That's going to be assigned to number, and the result of the Walrus operator is going to be false. And so this while loop condition is going to be false, and the loop stops at that point. So that's why we got 3 true values in our list. We should be mindful of these kinds of errors when using the Walrus operator. So this is how the Walrus operator works in Python. Check out portfoliocourses.com, where we'll help you build a portfolio that will impress employers.